Today we're visiting Walvis Bay, Namibia, where the desert meets the sea. Lagoons are full of flamingos, and maybe there's the cheapest beer in the world. Oh, we are so disappointed again because a tender port, like I would say 80% of the tender ports were not making it because like for some reason we can't get the boat off. But today we left Cape Town and we had one day at sea and we were supposed to be coming in to Lüderitz, Namibia. Well, this morning we woke up and there was so much fog you couldn't even hardly see your hand in front of your face. And so the captain got on and said, sorry, we can't safely take the ships, the little boats, the little tender boats off, what you're seeing right above us. Can't take the tender boats off because of safety issues because it's too foggy. And so he says, we're gonna spend the day at sea. And so like, we're supposed to be tomorrow, we're supposed to be in Walvis Bay. I'll say, normally we were gonna, cruise at night. Well, a couple hours we would be at Walvis Bay, but so because we're cruising today, he's going 5 knots an hour because he has to kill a day at sea. And so like here we are, another day at sea. It's kind of disappointing. So forget about Lüderitz. Tomorrow we're going to be in Walvis Bay. It's a dock, so there shouldn't be any excuses. But look at this. Like it was probably within 2 hours after we continued on. Welcome to Namibia. We're in Walvis Bay. After a 2-day sail from Cape Town, South Africa, we finally arrived and we're heading out. We have some ideas in mind on what we want to do, and we didn't line anything up this time. We checked online and there was a variety of different, like huge differences in prices for tours and whatnot. So we thought we'd just wing it, see what we can find over here. If there's not anybody, we'll just call an Uber, or take a taxi. So that's our plan. It's their winter. It's not very warm. It's like about 62 degrees here. And we got in luck. We were wondering if there was going to be anyone that's selling tours, and there is. And there is. Yeah. Let's find out what they have to offer. You want to go clear to the end?
Providing private tours?
What are you doing?
All kinds of private tours.
I'm here.
Private tour.
I talk to you again.
We don't know.
Let's talk.
What are the prices for a day tour all day?
Show me where you want to, which place you want to.
The lagoon and the Dune, 7.
Yeah.
The lagoon and
How many hours?
Oh, we have all day.
Sorry?
All day.
All day.
All day, sorry.
5, 6.
There is so much enough. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How long is it going to take to do the lagoon and the dunes?
I think maybe 15 minutes.
Oh, that's all?
50 or 15?
But she can take you to the city also. She can take you to the city.
Flamingos, Pelicans, Spring Lake, Dune 7, Moon Landscape.
Where's your vehicle?
It's here.
What is it?
There, the bus.
The bus?
No, we don't want a bus.
No, I have a Fortuner.
We want a car.
I talk to you, sir.
Huh? We had a very good luck finding an excellent tour guide, Monica, and she's going to take us to 2 places today. We're going to see the Dune 7 and we're going to see the Flamingos, 2 hours, and then she's going to drop us in town so we can walk around. We have all day. We have until 7:30 this evening. So.
There's a lady topless.
What?
Yes.
Okay, look at all the. So yeah, there was no information actually. I looked online and it didn't show anything that there was people selling tours outside the gate, but there is. There's plenty, and we connected with Monica, and we know we're going to have a great day.
Oh, this way, right?
Yeah.
This is the lagoon?
Yeah, this is lagoon area.
Well, like she said, we didn't need a lot of time to go see him. It's like 2 blocks and you're there.
Nice homes.
Yeah, nice houses.
Which one is yours?
Mine. It's very far, not here.
Not here.
Yeah, it's that side where we are going, Flamingos.
The flamingos, okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to stop in your house here for coffee.
There's flamingos right there. Zacco, there's flamingos right there. Whole bunch of them.
They are not yes. Normally they used to when the water is too much and then they're gonna go other side. So we are going to sit on the center of flamingos.
Some really nice waterfront homes right here.
Yes,
Like a huge lagoon.
nice, nice, like a promenade right here.
Well, I mean, there's flamingos all over the place. The whole bay is full of flamingos. You could walk about 10 minutes from the ship and you'll see the flamingos actually. So, yeah, I like the way they dig their feet to get the shrimp out. And they're sleeping over there, see? Are they here year round? Are the flamingos here year round?
Yeah, yeah. But there is a baby, but they are not here. They are other side. I'm gonna show you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so there's flamingos everywhere. You don't have to worry about finding the flamingos. Here's our ship. Yeah, they're going by with semi-truckloads of piles of sea salt. Beautiful pink sea salt. It had a pink color to it. Do you see that? They obviously like this lagoon. It's shallow and they can eat in the distance, or they're sleeping on one leg. See if they're really pretty when they fly. Something scared them. What kind of mining?
Diamonds and
Oh, diamond mines. Oh.
gold, yeah.
Gold? Really? Gold mines and diamond mines?
And it's from United States.
She's from the United States originally,
Oh, okay.
but we live in Bulgaria.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I want to. You're from Bulgaria.
Yes.
Oh, that's language which I call it Oshivambo.
Shibambo.
Oshibambo.
Yes,
Oshivambo.
Oshivambo. That is my mother's language.
Wow.
So in the second language, we speak Afrikaans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a huge mall. Look at.
Yeah, that is the mall.
The inner lagoons are where the baby flamingos live, and they're feeding on shrimp. Wonder what they're eating. Like, it's so dry. Walvis Bay gets only about a half an inch of rain a year. That's literally nothing. You could eat in this, but it's just flat, dry sand. Like, talk about a desert. So I'm looking out the window and I just see desert, like sand dunes for as far as you can see, and what's going through my mind is what an extremely harsh environment this is. You know, we've been to the Sahara Desert and stuff, but this is different, and you just wonder how all this was created, how long ago. Anyway, we're gonna go see Dune 7, which is the highest dune that we were told to go see.
Flamingos. I looked down on the ground and I found a diamond. You see it right here? Look at this. That's probably 20 karat diamond, okay?
Wishes.
I mean, like, you look at the ground, there's diamonds everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Namibia.
Namibia, a rich country.
There it is, Dune 7. Out of all the dunes in the Namibian desert, Dune 7 is the tallest. This is one of the oldest deserts on Earth. The dunes are created by the constant winds over thousands of years. Wow, this Dune 7, it is high. You have to, like, we were told you had to go see it to believe it. Yeah, I can understand it now. Huh. It looks like they're charging to walk over to it, about $16 for 2 people. But we're looking over there and I don't think there is anything to do. Maybe if you want to try to climb it, we can't climb that. So we're just gonna walk around. They have a little fence here, you can walk around and look at it. It's just a big high, you know, just a big high pile of sand.
Yeah, I guess if you want to climb the dune.
Yeah, like if you wanted to climb it, looks like they used to do boarding, but not anymore. You can tell there's a lot of industry here, like a lot of trucking and a lot of warehousing. Since 2001, the population quadrupled, but it still feels like a small town with no traffic, and many people moved here due to the abundance of jobs, good health care, and great education. There are many small businesses and they're providing everything you would need.
Private hospital.
There's a private hospital, clinics, doctor's offices. Okay, private hospital, general surgery. Well, that's good. Probably if anything major, you go to the main city, I would imagine, but yeah. Is that open?
Is it after?
Is it a restaurant?
Yeah. The restaurant.
Oh, wow. A lot of nice homes. We're on the waterfront right now, the lagoon front.
How much a house?
Guest house.
How much a house costs here? Approximately.
Nice guest
maybe
house.
about 7 million.
7 million.
7, 8 million, yeah.
Okay.
So this is the most expensive area.
Yeah.
These houses go for 7 to 8 million
That's
Namibian.
Namibian dollars.
Yeah.
Namibian dollars.
Yeah.
Wow, this is neat, huh? You could do catamaran charters. No, look how calm it is.
Nice place to have here.
Yeah.
We saw everything that there is to see in Walvis Bay in an hour and a half. We went to the dunes, we saw the flamingos, we toured the town. By the way, this is the first time that we tour a hospital. You know, and we saw the 2 banks and the grocery stores, and we're here in the waterfront. But it's beautiful, actually. We're gonna try the local beer. Look at this. In Singapore, we got 4 hours, you know, and right here we have 12 hours. Go figure out, you know. I mean, like, I think it's all about the cost of mooring or something. It's ridiculous.
And
The sandals were exciting.
okay, they were. Yeah, right. Anyway, just walk from the ship, come over here to the waterfront, hang out, and go back. That's pretty much it. I mean, you can save quite a bit of money because the flamingos are like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're walking distance.
They're from walking distance, actually, about 10 minutes walk.
Especially if you have 12 hours.
Probably the best shopping they're going to get is right outside the port, like right when you come out. The local vendors have like crafts. We'll check it out when we go back because like the town is just a little gifty shop that probably is made in China. So yeah, that's what my recommendation would be.
Namibia used to be a German colony, so they must have good beer. And by the way, we're in a waterfront restaurant. This thing is less than $2.
They did a good job at that. They did.
Less than $2?
Yes, like it's about $1.80. Yeah, actually, your coffee costs more than my beer, so you should be drinking beer for breakfast. Very good.
We were watching this boat coming in with these tourists on it, and I just happened to look up on the top of the boat, and there's a bunch of pelicans on the boat. Look at this. They're nice big pelicans, beautiful pelicans, big ones. They got a free ride. That's funny. Look at this. It's a nice waterfront. Oh, they look like they're right from hi. Yeah, they have.
Yes.
Oh, look how their dress are, go.
And photo.
Madam, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
You're welcome. Take your time. So
Just
much.
looking.
Yeah, maybe you can find something you like.
Yeah?
This small.
What?
Some of those bowls look very interesting.
I know.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do with them? We have so many bowls.
Huh?
What are you going to do with them?
Display them, I don't know.
We have a lot of bowls.
We got one of those.
They are neat.
Hello, young lady. How are you?
Fine, thank
My
you.
name is Loveness. Welcome, madam.
I'm looking.
Also here, beautiful bowl there. And the animals and Macalani. Can I show you? Animals?
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So where are we at, Teresa?
We're at the Dunes Mall in Namibia, in Walvis Bay, Namibia.
Okay.
And we got a tour. We just like, okay, it's
All right, there's a hungry lion. I wonder if it's a fast food or grocery. What do you think?
probably a restaurant.
A restaurant?
We came here because we needed to go get a few supplies at the pharmacy, but that's about it. The colors are like at McDonald's.
But
It's a knockoff.
Well, it's a hungry lion.
Yeah,
Actually, I like hungry lion better than McDonald's.
yeah, interesting. It looks like any mall you would find anywhere in the world.
No, those are brands that I don't recognize. And the price is unbelievable, actually.
Before sailing off, we're entertained by a famous Namibian dance group. Join us in the next episode as we explore the vibrant city of Luanda, Angola. We unveil the city's top attractions and breathtaking landscapes. See you there.